welcome back to the Dugout Football Channel, where it is time for my Matchweek 26 predictions for the 2019-2020 Premier League season. Now, we are in the middle of a winter break, so there are only 4 games this weekend, so I'm going to predict those 4 in this video, and in the next video I'm going to predict the other 6 games. So, bit different, but obviously I want to have more content for this channel, so obviously I think it's probably better for me to do the 4 games this weekend. So that's what I've decided to do, and thank you to a couple of people on Twitter who've mentioned that as well. So Matchweek 25 was an alright week. So the fixtures last week, I said Leicester to beat Chelsea 2-1, that finished 2-2. Bournemouth versus Aston Villa, it went for a 1-1 draw, it finished 2-1 to Bournemouth. Crystal Palace Sheffield United went for a 1-0 win to Sheffield United. It was a 1-0 win to Sheffield United, so perfect score. So very, very good. Liverpool Southampton went for a 3-1 win to Liverpool, finished 4-0. Newcastle United Norwich City went for a 1-0 win to Newcastle, finished 0-0. Watford Everton went for a 1-0 win to Everton, finished 3-2 to Everton. West Ham Brighton went for a 2-1 win to Brighton, it finished 3-3. Manchester United Wolves went for a 1-1 draw, finished 0-0. But I don't think Manchester United were involved in many 0-0s, so that was a bit of a surprise. Burnley Arsenal 2-0 win to Arsenal, that finished 0-0. So a lot of 0-0s this weekend. And Tottenham Man City 2-1 win to Man City, finished 2-0 to Spurs. So the 4 games we have this weekend are as follows. A 12:30 game on BT Sport is Everton against Crystal Palace, and then we've got a Saturday night game. We have Brighton against Watford at the Amex, that's live on Sky Sports. And then Super Sunday we have Sheffield United against Bournemouth, another very good game to watch that one. And then Super Sunday at 4:30 with Manchester City against West Ham. As far as next week goes, 14th, 15th, 16th and 17th games will be predicted next week. So, the first game to preview in a very short video, it has to be said, is Everton against Crystal Palace. Now, the last 5 between the sides have resulted in 2 wins to Everton and 3 draws. The last result was a 2-0 win to Everton. Everton, fantastic comeback, it has to be said, against Watford. Obviously, Yerry Mina scoring 2 goals. Obviously they were both in the 45th minute, which is really, really bizarre. But Everton, they were on the end of a comeback from Newcastle United in their last game. They had a better comeback this time around, and to be honest, Watford played really, really well. And obviously Everton went down to 10 men as well, with Fabian Delph being sent off as well. So it was a very, very good win for Everton, and it'll only spur them on to maybe challenge for the European places now. Because if you think where they were, they were in the relegation zone. Marco Silva was sacked, Carlo Ancelotti's took over. They're doing very, very well, and it's a credit to Carlo Ancelotti for him for doing that. And Everton are in a good reign of form at the moment. Crystal Palace, though, they have no wins in 7 now for Roy Hodgson's side. A 1-0 defeat to Sheffield United, and I've been giving Vicente Guaita so much credit over how he's a good goalkeeper. Curse of the commentator. He made a horrendous howler. He literally brought the ball over his goal line, and then obviously that was a win for Sheffield United. So, Palace, I mean, they're not having a bad season, it has to be said, but just need to climb up the table a little bit more, and then they'll be in a respectable position. But where they are at the moment, they'll be pretty happy where they are at this moment in time. So, looking ahead to this game, I can only really see Everton gaining confidence from that comeback from obviously Theo Walcott's late winner at Vicarage Road. I think Everton will win this one, and it'll be no wins in 8 for Crystal Palace. I'm going to go for Everton 2, Crystal Palace 0, and obviously Cenk Tosun will be ineligible to play against his parent club, because obviously he's on loan from Everton to Palace, so he will be ineligible. or on loan it passed from Everton, I should say. So yeah, so I'm going for a 2-0 win to Everton, and that game is live on BT Sport. Brighton against Watford now, and the last 5 between the sides have resulted in 2 wins to Brighton, 2 draws, and 1 win to Watford. The last result was a 0-0 draw between Brighton and Watford, but obviously Brighton won 3-0 in the game earlier this season. Brighton 3-3 against West Ham. Obviously 2-0 down, 2-1 down, 3-1 down, and then obviously going to get a 3-3 draw. Glenn Murray has obviously signed a new contract, and obviously he got the equalising goal, and it was a very, very good performance. A very, very very topsy-turvy game, that one, especially with obviously West Ham going into a 3-1 win, a 3-1 lead, and then Brighton spurred into a bit of a comeback, and it was very, very good from Brighton. But West Ham's defending was a lot to be desired, it has to be said. So it was a very, very good draw for Brighton. So they're coming back in front of the home fans. Be an interesting game for sure. Watford, they're coming off the back of a 3-2 defeat to Everton. But how they lost, I'll never know, because they were 2-0 up, and then they allowed Everton to get back into the game, and obviously Walcott scoring the winner for Everton against Watford. So it's going to be an interesting game, this one. Obviously Brighton won 3-0 there earlier in the season. I've got a feeling though that home advantage will be key for this one, and I'm going to go for a 2-1 win to Brighton here. I just have a feeling that they'll win this one. Very, very comfortable. It won't be comfortable, but it'll be a very, very narrow 2-1 win to Brighton in the game. So that's the Saturday games taken over with, and now the 2 Sunday games. We have Sheffield United against Bournemouth, and the last 5 between the sides have resulted in 4 wins to Sheffield United and 1 draw. The last result was a 5-3 victory for Sheffield United way back on the 1st of September 2012. But in fact, obviously Sheffield United return to the Premier League was a 1-1 draw against Bournemouth. Billy Sharp scoring the equaliser. Sheffield United continue to impress. Fantastic away win against Crystal Palace. Absolutely fantastic performance. Brilliant to see them getting another win. Defensively, they're absolutely sound. They've Sander Burge, obviously, he signed as well. Sheffield United are just going from strength to strength, and for them to be 6th at this moment in time. Yes, they were 5th at the weekend, but obviously Spurs winning it against Man City. That was one thing you could say, but they've been absolutely superb, Sheffield United, and breath of fresh air. They really, really have, and they're only going to get better. It's only going to get better for Chris Wilder, and rightly so. He will probably be one of the managers up for Manager of the Year, and quite rightly, because Sheffield United are nearly at that magic 40 points total. If they can get that, then they're safe. They're safe for another season, and it's fantastic to see. Bournemouth, well, they've got away from the relegation troubles, haven't they? Fantastic win against Aston Villa. Very, very good from them. And obviously, Aki scoring the first goal as well. Bournemouth, this is the thing. Bournemouth are very, very good getting wins, and those games that they have won, they needed to win, and they have won. So it's good. It's really, really good to see. So I think it'll be a narrow win here. I think Sheffield United will win this one. I'm going to go for a 1-0 win to the Bleeds here. And the final game for the weekend is Manchester City against West Ham. The last was 5 between the sides have resulted in 5 wins to Man City. The last result was a 1-0 win to Manchester City. But obviously Man City won 5-0 earlier in the season at West Ham. So West Ham do not like playing Manchester City, it is safe to say. So difficult to say how Man City lost against Spurs, because Spurs had 2 shots on goal. Spurs won 2-0. It was wasteful finishing from Manchester City. Defensively, they're absolute shambles. No idea why Laporte was off the pitch. I don't know why. I don't know if he's actually been just played back in. Like they're just sort of easing him back into first team fixtures. But it was a bit of a weird one, has to be said. I think it's going to be interesting to see how well they do. Raheem Sterling was very, very fortunate to stay on the pitch, I thought. You've seen Aubameyang sent off for a similar tackle like that. I think he was very fortunate. I think he was very, very fortunate to stay on the pitch, unfortunately. And then obviously, Spurs, they went on and won 2-0 in the end, and Zinchenko, who'll be suspended, getting a stupid red card. You don't go 30 yards from left back and go and remonstrate with Hugo Lloris and then push Spurs players. That's what got him his yellow card. And then obviously his red card, it's a tactical foul, and I think City will be going away from that game thinking that they could probably look ahead to this game against West Ham, because West Ham, defensively, an absolute shambles. Attacking wise, they were very, very good against Brighton. But this is the thing. I worry for West Ham now. The fixtures they've got coming up, I think they've got Man City this weekend. I think they've got Liverpool Monday Night Football next to game week. It's not looking very, very good for West Ham, and that was a game that was a must win for them against Brighton, in my opinion. So I think they are running out of games, and it'll be a very, very interesting game, this one. So last game for the Sundays, I think Man City will bounce back from that Spurs defeat, and I think they'll give West Ham a bit of a beating here. Manchester City 3, West Ham 0. I was going to go 5-0, but I'm going to be very conservative and say it's going to be a 3-0 win to the Citizens. So that is it. That is my Match Week 26 first half predictions done for the 2019-2020 Premier League season. And we shall see what happens. So I'll go for them very, very quickly. In fact, I've predicted 4 home wins, which might not happen, but we'll see. Everton 2, Palace 0. Brighton 2, Watford 1. Sheffield United 1, Bournemouth 0. And Man City 3, West Ham 0. So we'll see what happens in these 4 games, and then obviously the next 6 are taking place next week. So thank you very much for watching, and please hit that subscribe button if you do like my content. Also hit the notifications bell for every upload that comes onto here, and also smash a like on this video, leave a comment, also leave your predictions for the 4 games this weekend as well. So it should be very, very interesting, and we'll see what happens. But thank you very much for watching, and I'll be back very, very soon with some more videos. Actually, I have Mr. Craig Holden from Anfield Agenda joining me on my channel for a chat. That will be up probably Thursday evening. I'm going to speak to Craig this week, and I will sort out a date for him to have a chat with me. So I'm looking forward to that as well. But thank you very much for watching. Enjoy the football this weekend. I'm sure there'll be some good games to watch as well, and all these games are on TV as well, so looking forward to these games for sure. But thank you very much for watching, and I'll speak to you all very, very soon. Take care, everyone. Bye bye for now.